set for football here at Ford Field in Detroit. Today, up to the rivals doing battle in the NFC North. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. And off we go from Ford Field. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Vikings come out. Technically it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league.
The 32-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Play action now. It's McCarthy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 21. First down, Minnesota.
Vikings, first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Aleem McNeil getting in for the sack. And that's going to lead to 3rd and very long.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think it's a smart play, especially this early in the game. I don't think you want to start forcing throws, take any unnecessary risks. Allow your team to get settled in, don't have any sudden change turnovers. So I think in the end there, he made the right move.
Whoa! Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment. He's taken down after a solid return. So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions. Remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. 2nd in passing yards in the NFL.
Yeah, and all Jared Goff does every year, Mike, is lead one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL. But I'm not sure he gets the credit he deserves. I think so many people wanted to give credit to Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell, and rightfully so. As he makes this transition to kind of the next era of Lions football without Ben Johnson, I think people are going to see just how big of an impact Jared Goff had, not only in the 15 games they won last year, but they believe they have a Super Bowl contending team in Detroit. Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here, big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds. There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
From the gun, it's Goff. He's got his man complete. That's to Slav. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A gain of 24 through the air. Good for a Lions first down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Jonathan Bernard on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 6. Laporta in motion. Once again, it's Gibbs. He'll push forward here, down to about the 27. Late Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
From the gun, here's Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
That pass caught by Amon-Ra. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. After the shotgun, it's Goff. Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. And he'll be taken down. We have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On second down, Goff to the goal line and in. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Lions. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead.
Lions 7, Vikings nothing.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Safe kick taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 3. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the 1st down. Good, smart play with the slide by JJ.
Yards on the play. And the Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Lions' 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He connects with Jordan Addison. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
A gain of 17.
They pick up 17 through the air. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy 1st down. Really well done.
Throw on the run is complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Vikings.
They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down.
Vikings.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That's to the outside. He's got Jefferson. And the Vikings are looking at a first and goal. He's taken down at the 2-yard line.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Jones trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. Second and goal from the 2, what do you do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till third down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on second and goal.
Mason will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
They think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. He knocks it through. And the Vikings will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're on top, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to take over for their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. How about that? Quick feet there. Made a man miss. On his way to a nice pickup of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Ball on the 32. It's second and 2. On play action. Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Now a 3rd and 2. Here's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
First and 10.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. 17 yards on that play. First down, Detroit.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
At the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Laporta in motion. On the ground, this is Gibbs. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Lions first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Now a stoppage. We have an injured Lion. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's 2nd and 9. Laporta in motion. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
And the Lions first down.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. Montgomery is into the end zone. Touchdown. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions move out to a 14-7 lead.
14, Vikings 7.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Price now to return it. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. That's quickly out to Jefferson.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That one is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And that one shut down almost immediately. Good pressure from the backside. Left them nowhere to go. And no gain.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences. They know it's coming and there's not going to be a lot of gain.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. 14-7 is our score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Lions ball to begin this 2nd quarter. They've got 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run the sneak. And he'll get beyond the marker before giving himself up. That's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 2.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Laporta in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And a Good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. And he's going to have a Lions first down. The defense nowhere to be found. A fourth down gain of 20. Now a stoppage. We have an injured Lion. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Catch is made by Wright. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Goff to throw. Oh, flash, and he lost the football. The Vikings have got it. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
It's a gain of 20.
Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
A short one taken by Hawkinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Lions' 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
That was incomplete. Covering outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, it's Will Riker time for this Viking field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
ground to start. They give it to Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
2nd and 10. Throwing here is Goff. Overthrown him in a flash, and he lost the football. And fortunately, one of the Lions in there to get on it, and Detroit keeps possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
From the gun, it's Goff. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. 19 yards on the gain, and that's good for a 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 8. They'll go play action with Goff. That one out wide to Gibbs. He's going to have a 1st down and 4th out. Nice pickup of 9.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
That's another.
Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown. Amon-Ra gives the Lions a 1st down.
10 at the 13-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
On the jet sweep, here comes Williams. And he won't get much. Taken down at about the 12.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This one caught at the 4. And he'll take it on in. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. Bates now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions will take a 21-7 lead.
Vikings 7.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
And the Vikings first down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
They'll go back to Jones on first down. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They run it once more with Jones. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Aiden Hutchinson, the former first-rounder, in on the tackle.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key 3rd downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
Here's Ryan Wright now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And showing the quick feet there as he gets forward for a pickup of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. To throw is Goff. This one complete. It's to Small. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
First down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Laporta in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Laporta in motion. From the gun on third down, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. The Vikings offense ready for this next possession. Jones now on 1st and 10, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Alexander on the tackle. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. A throw on the move is caught. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's third down coming up.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He's got a receiver. It's Addison. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Vikings first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Minnesota.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, Minnesota.
And the Vikings first down. A gain of 11.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That's another.
Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
McCarthy gonna look to throw again. Short pass caught by Oliver. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the
8
marker.
yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. In motion, it's Jefferson. Throwing again is McCarthy. And he's going to somehow manage to get back to the line of scrimmage. But that's it. It'll be third down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
They've converted twice on third down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. This pressure is relentless. They get him again. The Lions roll their first time out, and they'll stop at just over a minute remaining in this first half. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This one from 52 yards away. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Vikings cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Lions offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing, Goff. That's right side and into the hands of Tisslaw.
Complete to Isaac Tisslaw. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Goff to throw. Going left side. And it's taken in by Williams. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
12 yards.
Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout. The clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
5 at the 50-yard line.
Second and 5. From the gun, it's Goff. His throw, left side, for Tisslaw. He's got it. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team. Mike Tirico, and Greg Olsen.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Lions offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Laporta in motion. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One play, one first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
This time they're ready for him. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
On 2nd down, Goff. Quick slant caught by St. Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, down inside the 25-yard line. Number 14 with a pickup of 14 and a first down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They've got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
On 2nd down, it's Gibbs. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets
just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground.
This is hot toward the side of the end zone. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
Now I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for the second half. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will extend this third quarter lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Price now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The middle, here's Jones. And he'll take this past the 30, a gain of 6, mark it at the 31.
He was taken down by Kirby Joseph. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, here's McCarthy. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings as he's standing right around his own goal line. Raymond going to return it. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50. Set up the offense with a short field. That's Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and the rest of the Detroit offense heading out for their next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. run out of the gun with Gibbs. And he'll be brought down right around the 40. Ivan Pace up from his linebacker spot to make the stop.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown, Amon-Ra gives the Lions a first down.
29-yard line.
From the gun, here's Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Laporta in motion. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of
A
14
pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Detroit.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Pace on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd down and 9. Goff to throw. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Price snap to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll motion over Thielen. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. That one caught by Hawkinson. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. Third down coming up.
And this is the tricky element of these deep balls, Mike. You want to hit the guy in stride. You want the touchdown. You want the beautiful highlight play. But sometimes you're better off underthrowing a receiver than you are overthrowing them, because as we see time and time again throughout the league, an underthrown deep ball, more times than not, leads to a pass interference call.
He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 48-yard line.
To the air once more is McCarthy. His pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
On first down, here's McCarthy.
Jefferson. 10 more yards. Complete to Justin Jefferson. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 27-yard line.
2nd and inches. In motion, it's Jefferson. From the gun, it's a run. It's Jones. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
You can see the running back. He's waiting patiently for that cutback lane to open, and it just never did. Great job by the defense, continuing to string that play out sideways, and they're able to take him down for a loss.
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. He's got a receiver into Addison. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. DJ Reader in there for a loss of 5 on the sack. And now it's 3rd down.
And anytime this offense gets themselves going in the right direction, it just seems like the pass rush finds a way to make a play of their own, and they have completely dominated this game up until this point, Mike. I mean, it is no surprise they're playing with the lead as a result.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the 3rd and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Reichard had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
And a yard at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff to Montgomery. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Laporta in motion. He'll go play action with Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one's good for 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing, Goff. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Unfortunately, Mike, over my career, I've been in this guy's shoes plenty of times, probably more than I wish to admit. You take your eyes off the ball. You think about becoming a runner before securing the catch, and when you do that, you end up watching the ball fall to the ground.
And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
3rd and a long way to go. Now Gibbs. And they're not going to even sniff the first down line there. They'll get 5 yards, but it'll bring up a 4th down.
46-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Here's the Lions punt team now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this will not be returnable, as this kick will go out of bounds. The Vikings offense back onto the field for their next possession. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy.
So many of these possessions start with negative plays on 1st down, and you're just going to hear every offensive coordinator stress. It is so important we don't fall behind the sticks, but When you just can't pass protect and give your quarterback time, this is going to continue to happen.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. He'll step up and run. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Vikings first down. It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Vikings first down.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. It'll be a Vikings first down.
First down, Minnesota.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. They'll put Addison in motion. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That is caught at the 3. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Here's McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Joe. And he's so close to the goal line, couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one?
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Reichard, good with the extra point. The Vikings are able to cut into the deficit.
Vikings 20.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Goff is caught left side by St. Brown.
Complete to number 14, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down, 3 to go. From the gun, it's Goff. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Now a stoppage, we have an injured Lion. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. A run up the gut with Montgomery. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he's in. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Price now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with first down. Here's McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Addison. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
So they dial up zone coverage. This time it's 2 deep safeties. And what they do is they're going to split the field in half. In each safety, they're going to read the quarterback's eyes. And when that front hand comes off the ball to throw, they've got to break. So they've got a lot of room to cover back there. In this case, a really nice job contesting the throw, knocking it away.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Try and run for the first down with Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll run the sneak. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, first down.
On the draw, here's Jones. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
Anzalone on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. To the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
It's a gain of 11.
His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. To the left side here, caught by Addison. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
21 yards. First down, Vikings.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On the zone read, it's McCarthy. And he's down at the 3. What a run. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal.
It's pretty clear why this offense likes to get the ball into the hands of this quarterback, huh, Mike? I mean, he is just so effective in this area, and now he has them set up 1st and goal.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Will Riker now on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Vikings are able to edge a bit closer.
Vikings 27.
Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Laporta in motion. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down to 37. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And the Lions first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
It's a loss of a yard.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
A second down throw for Goff. He'll swing this out to Montgomery. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
That's fielded at about the 18. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Vikings offense ready to take over once more. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation. But now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Here comes 3rd and 6. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Nice job here by the defense. They understood this quarterback is looking to push this ball downfield, past the line to gain, and he's got no choice but to check it down short to the tight end, rally tackle, and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
Play action now. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. That's Kirby Joseph, the hard-hitting safety, taking a beeline to the backfield to record the sack.
And it's really been their inability of the offensive line to keep the quarterback upright. And it's a big reason why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. And that ball's incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. On 4th down, here's McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson.
McCarthy's pass intended for Justin Jefferson. Incomplete. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. One more time for Montgomery. A much more positive run here. That one good for 10, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd down coming up. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. Talk things over before 3rd down. Goff. Open man is the tight end right. And he'll be out of bounds, but he has the 1st down inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
The 12-yard line.
Laporta in motion. On second down, Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Now, Goff. That is caught to the goal line and in. Isaac to Small. Touchdown, Detroit. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Bates now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lions are going to extend their lead.
Makes the score Lions 45, Vikings 27.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Price now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
Yes, it's really well executed here, and you see this in so many offenses around the league, Mike. These slant routes are either built in or what they call hot routes or sight routes. The receiver sees the blitz, and they break their route off. It gives an easy target for the quarterback, and it gives great opportunity for run after catch.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hockenson on that one. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hockenson. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, it's McCarthy. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the first down.
He'll step up and run this.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now McCarthy. There he goes again. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
It's a gain of 18.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
He'll take off again. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Riker good with the extra point. And the Vikings are able to cut into the deficit.
Vikings 34.
Looking to double up here. Score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Goff down to a knee. And that should be the final act in this one. So it's a win here for the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.